What's shaking, Court Crew? Shout out to the Court Nation. It's Court Millions. Like and subscribe. Gonna have a lot of knowledgeable content coming. Sit back, kick your feet up, and enjoy the video. Kind regards.
I share with you guys what I learned out in the field today because my mind is constantly being blown. Okay, so listen up. So what if UAPs and UFOs are not aliens at all, but AI from the future? There's legit science suggesting that these UAPs, especially the Tic Tac shaped ones that the US Navy has confirmed to seeing, is not like anything we've ever built. The US Navy absolutely confirms that they do not move like anything that we've ever built. There's no heat signature, there's no propulsion, just gone. Some researchers really believe that they're not craft from other planets, but they're time-traveling probes sent by post-human AI. So think about it. If humanity survives long enough to master time travel and AI, it's pretty obvious that we would send machines back to study us in the past. Like, that's a given. Obviously, we would go back to the past. This isn't just AI. The Galileo project is using AI right now to identify UAPs. And retired NASA scientists are floating around the idea that these are definitely us just 500,000 years into the future. Literally just us, but in 500,000 years. And if that's true, if these UAPs really are AI probes from the future, then we're not just witnessing unknown technology. We're witnessing a message of what we've become. And at that point, the message isn't, are they watching us? It's why. What I'm going to share with you guys is what we know to be real and true. And when I tell you this, I urge you to not restrict your thinking to technology. We've been collecting UAP data for more than 5 years with electromechanical signaling. We call this our dog whistle. What the technology is classified. Generally speaking, we see 3 to 5 different classifications of UAP per day during operations. To make sense of our data, we had to develop a lexicon and we base it off of flight characteristics. Again, there are 9 different flights or classes, and some of these UAPs may be the same type of UAP under different flight configurations. But at this point, given their behavior, we are confident that they do not align with your typical extraterrestrial explanation. Again, each UAP has different characteristics. Some tumble, some spin, some flicker, some just look like a living being flying in the sky. UAPs are extremely hard to image. What is seen with the naked eye generally is not what is seen under camera, and we do not know why. Class 1 is the Tetra. It usually spins, it tumbles, it looks like a black body. Sometimes it flickers multiple times per second. It appears to have a cloud or vapor around it. We've seen Class 1s in formations up to 20 to 23 in a flock or formation. Classification 2 is known as a Tic Tac, but I feel like I should go through classifications 2 through 9 in another video, so there will be a part 2.
Guys, what if everything from ghosts to UFOs is all just physics that we don't yet understand? What if it's just a frequency that we've yet to tap into? Like, perfect example is electricity. It's always been here. Electricity has literally always been here. We just had to develop the intelligence and the technology to have access to it. So if electricity has always been here, then AI has actually always been here. We just weren't able to tap into it until just recently. But AI has literally always existed, just as electricity has always existed. And I keep thinking about the next big thing that we've yet to discover, yet has always existed. And what if it's literally just a frequency that we haven't developed the intelligence and technology to understand yet, like infrared or radio? These are all frequencies that we had to develop the technology for, but they were always here. And what if that's why images are always distorted? Think about film. Years ago, pictures weren't yet clear yet. They were grainy, they were black and white, but now we have the technology to see a very clear video of something like even in space. So what if we literally just have yet to discover the technology to tap in to UFOs? What if it's literally just simple science, simple physics, but it was always here, like an atom, like bacteria. Bacteria has always been on this planet, but we didn't always know that. We literally did not even know that until recently. And I think Literally, like something as like real recently, like Listerine recently. But because Listerine was, you know, the first antibacterial that they used. Anyway, what if it was just all technology we haven't yet tapped into yet?
Why did every phone company eliminate removable batteries at the exact same time? That wasn't coincidence, that was coordination. They told us it was for design. Slimmer phones, water resistance, but those were just surface level excuses, because when you could take the battery out, you had real power. You could shut it all down, cut the signal, kill the tracking, stop the eavesdropping, gone, just like that. Now, press power, swipe off, hold the button, doesn't matter. The phone pretends to be off, but it's not. It still listens, still watches, alarms still work, updates still install while you sleep. Airplane mode, just a feel-good toggle. And here's what no one wants to say out loud. Every major brand, every flagship model, switched at once. No choice, no alternative. Because the system needed you to carry it, willingly, everywhere. It became the perfect surveillance tool, not forced into your life, but invited in. It tracks, it listens, it maps your every move. And you paid for it. You keep it charged. You sleep beside it. You never question it. This wasn't a leap forward for users. It was a leap forward for control. And we didn't resist. We adapted. We accepted it. Like good citizens, just a theory, of course.
Alcohol means body-eating spirit. It's Aramaic. Okay, alcohol. It's not alcohol, it's alcohol. That's the proper translation. That's why it says spirits. Because when you drink alcohol, it is opening you up to a spiritual realm, allowing demons to enter you. If you're blacked out drunk, bro, alcohol is literally like the purest form of demon possession.
Wow.
Blacked out drunk is like, that's demon possession. And demons aren't used to being in bodies. So when you see somebody drunk, they're like, eh. It's because the demons doesn't walk in a human body like that.
And some people, when they're drunk, they get fighty. They want to fight people.
Because it's a freaking demon in them. It's not even them. In their body, they're fighting something that's fighting them. They've evoked a demon. Okay, what is alcohol? It's rotted juice. It's from the realm of death. It's gonna evoke something in you. And like, bro, it's bringing you into that realm. It's bringing you closer to the realm of dead. And then you start to see stuff. You start to experience things. Or alcohol, you get body-eating spirit. You get demons coming into you, controlling you. And this is what people are like fighting, and they don't realize how many things they're evoking.
You know how the police officers, they have body cams?
Yeah.
There's a police officer that went to go and pretty much pull someone over for speeding or whatever. In the video, she goes to the driver, talking to her. She goes back to the car to get something. She turns back, disappears. And she has cameras on the police car, and she has cameras on her body cam.
Whoa.
Disappears in front of everything.
And
Wild.
where'd she go? Like, they didn't find her?
Disappeared. Gone, fam. Look at this, look at this, look at this.
I see it.
No
This
worries.
is my first time being pulled over.
All right. Can I see your driver's license registration, please?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car, so
Where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs?
I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's
Okay.
a birthday party. So.
Got it. Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
No, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201 to dispatch. I have a
Disappeared.
No, that was quick. I'm gonna lie, that was super quick.
And there's another
Huge mistake in the relationship between humans and these other civilizations. And here I want to put a button on this. When we detonated the first atomic bomb and the subsequent ones, when those go off, everybody knows what an electromagnetic pulse is. What they don't know is that there's an attending so-called scalar or longitudinal wave that is faster than the speed of light that disrupts the fabric and communication and propulsion guidance systems of extraterrestrial vehicles. This is why they came in huge force in the 40s and 50s. And this is why every single atomic and nuclear weapon storage facility, processing plant and base and ship has been surveilled by these ET vehicles, because when those things are used, it's like tearing the fabric of space-time.
So did you guys hear about the Booga sphere that was discovered in the forest in Colombia? Or were you distracted by all the other headlines like I was? And they use AI to decode the language. Wait till you see what it says. So on Thursday, May 1st, Jose Velasquez is an X-ray specialist, and he did a series of X-rays on this. They claim that this fell after it received a 10,000 volt discharge. Now, they say they are 16 microspheres inside, and there are 3 layers of different densities. This is the most outer edge. So he is saying that that means they are different materials. So they say the dark-toned material is less dense, and they believe that it is possibly a porous material. Now, the people in Buga claim that this was flying around their town back in March, and that it actually was recovered back on March 2nd. And that when they touched it, it had the temperature of a refrigerator. Now, they counted 32 points around the edge, and that the materials used altogether for this seem to be different metals, but they have ruled out the fact that this is ornamental because they believe that the way it was built was to definitely house whatever is inside. It seems too intentional to be simply ornamental. Now, the X-ray expert says it appears to have no welds or joints, and that this is absolutely different from anything he has ever studied in the past. But the guy who claims to have found it said that he was contacted by the government, but he refused to sign it over because it would never be seen again. So I'm guessing he just turned it over to a team of scientists. But they're saying even in the X-rays, there are no visible signs of any techniques by humans. So interpreting the text through AI, it says the origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness, individual consciousness.
I was in the underground city that could hold 30,000 people at Derinkuyu. And when you go to the deepest level at Derinkuyu, there's a tunnel shaft that connects and leads out for miles in different directions to hundreds of underground cities, hundreds of them, with ventilation shafts, over 14,000 ventilation shafts that go from the surface to the deepest of levels, made with some type of sophisticated technology. Not to mention the fact that these 12 stories deep beneath the ground, the design and the style of construction is so intricate and so advanced. These people had foreknowledge on how to build this, because you can't take the resources of a civilization to build Derinkuyu, which is the same level of building a pyramid, and go down there and let it collapse on you and make your cave into a grave. And then to connect these things in underground tunnels that go miles deep for miles out, we're talking about a super advanced civilization.
That's a wrap until next time. Keep rising, keep grinding, and keep shining like the sun. Every ending is a new beginning. I gave y'all that fire, now go light up the world. Stay up, stay up, stay up.